Hi guys, this is Cherise from Sher from 2000. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be reading to you from one of the Walt Disney Starland 55 Favorite Stories book. Because during spring break, I went to Disney World for the very first time. Of course, I was only able to go one day, and it's to the Magic Kingdom. But you know what? It was really fun for my very first time. I mean, I wish I would have stayed a little bit longer, went to the other parks, but it was good for my very first time. So, in honor of that, I decided to read one of the stories. And since I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt, let's do a Mickey story. So, if anyone remembers back in probably maybe the 80s or 90s or maybe even earlier than that, they made the Prince and the Pauper and then Mickey and the Beanstalk, which that's what we're going to be reading today. So, sit back and enjoy. Mickey and the Beanstalk. Far, far away, where the trees were greener than the prettiest green, and the sky was bluer than the brightest blue, there was a place called Happy Valley. In Happy Valley, the brooks babbled, the birds sang, and everyone smiled all day long. I guess that's why it's called Happy Valley. The farmers whistled and hummed as they did their chores. Children sang as they skipped to school. In Happy Valley, every day was a happy day. Like what I said. On a hill overlooking Happy Valley stood a magnificent castle. In the castle was the golden harp, which sang all day and cast a magic spell of happiness over the land. But one day, a terrible thing happened in Happy Valley. Someone stole the golden harp from the castle, and the magic spell of happiness was gone. The birds stopped singing. The brook stopped babbling. The crops stopped growing. The cows stopped giving milk. And all the people of Happy Valley grew sad and hungry. "We must do something," said Farmer Donald. "We'll starve if we don't," added Farmer Goofy. "I know," said Farmer Mickey. "I'll sell Bossy the cow and buy some food." Mickey took the cow into town and sold her. When he returned, he said, "I sold Bossy for 3 wonderful beans." "3 beans!" cried Donald and Goofy. "We can't live on 3 beans." Donald threw the beans on the floor in disgust. But they're magic beans," said Mickey, as he sadly watched the beans roll through the crack in the floors. But Goofy and Donald didn't pay any attention to what Mickey was saying. They were too tired and hungry to listen. During the night, a moonbeam shone through the window and through the crack in the floor onto the beans. The beans sprouted and began to grow. They grew into a stalk that lifted the house. The beanstalk climbed all the way to the sky. In the morning, the hungry farmers woke up and looked out the window. To their surprise, Happy Valley was gone. All they could see from their window was a tremendous castle. "Let's go," said Mickey. "Whoever lives in that big castle must have plenty of food to share." Mickey, Donald, and Goofy climbed up to the top of the castle stairs and crawled under the front door. On an enormous table, they saw huge platters of food. Mammoth pitchers of fresh cold milk waited for them. The farmers quickly climbed onto the table and ate and drank and laughed merrily. As they were finishing their meal, a tiny voice called out to them. "Huh? Who's that?" said Mickey. "It came from in there," said Donald, pointing to a box that was on the table. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy moved closer to the box. "Who are you?" they said. "It is I, the golden harp," said a soft voice. "A giant kidnapped me and brought me here to his castle to sing for him." The farmers were very frightened to hear that the castle belonged to a giant. They were so frightened that they almost ran away. "Wait!" cried Mickey suddenly. "We can't leave without the golden harp." "You're right," said Goofy bravely. "We have to rescue it and save Happy Valley." Just then they heard loud footsteps. Everything in the room was shaking, and the footsteps came closer and closer. "You must hide!" cried the golden harp. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy ran as quickly as they could to hide from the evil giant. The giant stomped over to the table and picked up a giant sandwich in his giant hand. He was about to take a bite when he noticed that the sandwich was moving. "Oh, there's a mouse in my sandwich," roared the giant. I'm sorry," said Mickey. "I had no idea that this was your sandwich." He jumped from the sandwich to the giant's shirt and then slid down to the giant's leg. "Run!" shouted Mickey to Donald and Goofy. The giant was furious. He chased the three farmers around the room until they were cornered. The giant reached down and scooped them up in his hand, but missed Mickey. The great big giant put the little tiny farmers into the box with the golden harp. He locked the box and slipped the key into his great big pocket. Then he sat down in his chair and took a nap. Mickey waited in his hiding place behind the pitcher. When the giant finally fell asleep, Mickey tiptoed over to the box and knocked. "The key," whispered the golden harp. "Get the key out of his pocket." Mickey hurried over to the sleeping giant, very slowly and carefully. As he pulled the key out of the giant's pocket, the giant stirred and mumbled something, but did not wake up. Mickey tiptoed back to the box and unlocked it. Goofy and Donald climbed out and then quickly lifted the golden harp. The four were very quiet as they made their way to the front door. Just as they were sneaking past the giant, he opened one eye and let out a giant roar. Goofy and Donald ran with the golden harp in their arms. Mickey realized that the giant would catch them unless he could do something to distract them. "Ha ha! You can't catch me!" Mickey taunted. The angry giant ran toward Mickey, who dived under the rug. "Over here," Mickey said, but the giant was not fast enough to catch Mickey. Mickey ran toward an open window. "So long!" he shouted as he jumped outside. Mickey ran to the beanstalk with the giant now falling close behind him. He jumped on the beanstalk just in time as he slid down in a flash. Donald and Goofy grabbed the saw and cut down the beanstalk. The giant fell and crashed through the ground all the way to the center of the earth. Whew, that was a big fall. The farmers took the golden harp back to the castle to sing, and from that time on, Happy Valley was once happy again. And the happiest of all were the three brave farmers, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Please like and subscribe to this video. Follow me on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And I also have a second channel, but I don't really use it often. So anyways, I hope you guys have a magical day, and I'll see you next time.